And if the prophecy is true, if your attachment to her clouds your judgment, the prophecy is true, and my attachment to her is exactly why my judgment is clear. Move against her again in any form, and I will remove you from this court.
She had written it. She could not unwrite it. And in the cold honesty of a new morning, she found she didn't want to. Lord Caven had learned long ago that the most effective fear was not the kind you manufactured. It was the kind that was already there waiting to be found. She had been in the palace for one day. She had already learned that starlight servants, despite having no faces she could read, had a very specific way of watching her. By the second morning, they had settled into a rhythm neither of them had planned for. He said to her, "There is something I should have told you before we arrived. I have been deciding when. I think the answer is now." Elara, looking directly at Aerion, her voice calm and unafraid, said, "Then tell me."
There is a prophecy 900 years old. It speaks of a human woman who will decide the fate of the Fey realm, its destruction or its salvation. It describes you, Elara, your face, your bloodline, your kingdom.
You have known since you were 8 years old, and you chose not to tell me before bringing me here.
I didn't tell you because I needed you to come here as yourself, not because of a prophecy. I was afraid that if you knew from the beginning, you'd never give either of us the chance to discover the truth.
The prophecy says I will either destroy the Fey realm or save it.
Yes.
And you believe I'll save it.
I've believed that for 23 years. The prophecy names her. Every senior member of the court knows it. I'm merely suggesting we remind the council of its duty to ask the question the prince refuses to ask.
The emergency council session had been called at Cavan's suggestion. The prince had not been informed of it.
The prophecy has stood for 900 years. It names a woman of Valdris blood, now within this palace and advising the prince. I do not question her intent, but whether the council has properly assessed the risk.
The council did not need to be convinced. They needed to be given permission to say what they were already thinking.
Who called the council session?
Lord Caven, Your Highness. It has already begun.
He moved through the palace like a storm that had not yet decided whether to break. He did not sit. Sitting would have made it a conversation.
I was not informed of this session. The council has the right to convene on matters of realm security. The charter permits. I know what the charter permits, Lord Caven.
No one here seeks action against the princess, Your Highness. We ask only that the question be entered into the record.
Has the risk described in the Morvale prophecy been assessed, and by whom? The question is entered. My answer is this: I have assessed the prophecy for 23 years. It does not name her as a threat, it names her as a variable. Elara is under my protection, and that protection is not subject to council review.
While Aerion was in the council chamber, Elara was finding things of her own.
What happened?
The council held an emergency session about the prophecy, about you,
About whether I should be here.
about whether the risk it was mine alone to take.
I found the prophecy text in the Fey historical records on that shelf. All 9 lines. It says one heart will decide, not the realm's heart, not the council's, one. It means yours, doesn't it?
Aerion said yes. The prophecy has always been about what I choose to believe you are. I chose 23 years ago. I have not changed my answer.
You are going to have to give me time to decide what to do with all of this.
I have given you 23 years already. I am very good at waiting.
That is not actually reassuring.
Caven did not need to speak to her directly. The court was already doing the work. She counted the empty chairs. There were 2. Yesterday there had been none. He crossed the dining hall and sat beside her. He did not comment on the empty chairs. He simply occupied one.
You didn't have to sit here.
I wanted to sit here.
It will cost you with the court.
Then it costs me. That is my choice to make.
She found the terrace by accident. She stayed because the moon was exactly the same as it was over Valdris. He had been looking for her for 20 minutes.
The court will settle. Fear fades when it has nothing to feed on. I won't let it be fed.
You can't stand beside me in every room forever.
No, but I can make the cost of continuing clear enough that they stop.
Why does it matter so much? That I'm safe here? That the court accepts me? You could have kept me comfortable and distant. It would have been simpler.
Yes, much simpler.
Then why didn't you?
I've dreamed of you since I was 8. The same dream for 23 years. I didn't buy your kingdom's debt for an advisor. I did it to find you. You were never a transaction to me, Elara.
What does she do in the dream?
She laughs, as though everything is exactly as it should be.
That's a long thing to carry.
It was.
I wrote something in my journal last night.
You don't have to tell me.
I know, I wrote that you look at me like you already know how this ends, but I think I should tell you anyway.
I already know how it ends, Elara. It ends well. I have believed this for 23 years, and I have not once found reason to stop.
She turned her hand and held his, and neither of them said anything at all.
He is further along than I thought. Then we move to the second method. He held her hand on the east terrace. The court will know by morning. Then we stop questioning her and start questioning him. A prince who buys a human kingdom and falls for the girl he brought here invites doubts about his judgment.
He had the name of those who continuously conspire against Elara by dawn. It did not surprise him.
You opposed this prophecy for 40 years. Today you crossed the line. I acted for the realm's security. You used an ancient prophecy against a woman who's been here 2 days. That's not security. And if the prophecy is true, if your attachment to her clouds your judgment, the prophecy is true, and my attachment to her is exactly why my judgment is clear. Move against her again in any form and I will remove you from this court. As your highness wishes. I hope for the realm's sake that you are right about her. I know I am.
He had told her about the observatory on the second morning. He brought her there on the third day. She was exactly as the dream had always shown her, looking up at something vast, with nothing in her face but wonder.
You have that look again.
What look?
The one that makes me think you're not entirely sure I'm real.
He said, after 23 years of dreaming about someone, there are moments where the doubt persists regardless of evidence.
The prophecy is tied to that constellation. It returns to the same alignment in 4 months.
What happens then?
According to the prophecy, the moment of choice arrives.
4 months. At least we know when. What do you think the choice is?
I don't know.
You've had 23 years to think about it.
He said, I have tried for 23 years to be worthy of that answer being yes. She looked at the star chart for a long time. Then she looked at him. And she understood, finally, fully, that he had not brought her here to fulfill a prophecy. He had brought her here to choose, freely, whether she wanted to.
He warned you directly. He never does that. No, he doesn't. Then he thinks this is finished. He thinks I've been warned. That's different. Caven, he'll destroy you if you keep going.
Caven decided to send a letter to Elara's father to bring him to Aeloria to take her daughter. The letter to King Aldrich left the palace before dawn.
Prepare my carriage. I am traveling to Aeloria. Tonight.
Her father's arrival was announced 3 hours before he reached the palace. He looked like a man who had come to do a brave and terrible thing, and was not going to let the impossibility of his surroundings stop him.
I received a letter from Lord Caven. He warned me about the prophecy and about the prince.
Father.
Is already moving against you.
Father, listen to me. There is a prophecy, and there are people afraid of it. I know. What Lord Caven didn't tell you is that Aerion has handled both. I am safe here. I think I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. I am.
You are certain. He is good to you.
He is extraordinary to me.
Then I will stay 2 days and observe, and if
Aerion said to King Aldrich, "Your Majesty, I am glad you came. You are welcome here for as long as you wish."
Your daughter has been everything I hoped she would be, more.
He called the full court assembly on the second day of King Aldrich's visit. He had not planned to do it this soon. Caven's letter had moved his timeline.
For 900 years, this court has feared the Morvale prophecy. But it is not a warning, it is a test. And the test is not of her. It is of us.
He had the room. He had always known how to hold a room. He had simply never used it for this.
Princess Elara is not a threat to this realm. She is one of the reasons it endures. I ask this court to treat her accordingly.
Her father watched from the gallery, and he understood, looking at her standing in the light of a Fey Kingdom's formal recognition, that she had not lost anything by coming here. She had found it. They returned to the terrace without discussing it, as though the terrace had already become theirs.
I have been thinking about the prophecy.
and
And I think you're right, it is a test, but not of whether you could trust me. It's of whether I could trust you, and I do.
I have been waiting 23 years to hear that. I know that is an extraordinary thing to carry.
It is, but I find I don't mind carrying it.
23 years, one dream, one girl laughing in white flowers, and the most ancient, most beautiful, most dangerous kingdom in existence held its breath.
He won the room. I underestimated her. That will not happen again. He was always going to choose her. I knew that. I should have known that before Caven talked me into the rest of it.
You are happy here.
I am becoming happy here. There is a difference.
He is a good man.
He is an extraordinary man, and he is very hard to be worthy of, and I respect that more than almost anything.
I came here to bring you home if necessary. I find it is not necessary. I find that this palace, this kingdom is your home now, and I believe that wholeheartedly. Don't waste it. She is the best thing I ever did. Forget that, and we'll have a problem.
I won't.
King Aldrich said, "Good. Look after my kingdom too, while you're at it." She did not cry. She had done that the night before for her father, her kingdom, and the life she had left behind. Here, in the morning light, she simply watched him go.
I am withdrawing from this. Davin. I watched the court bow to her, the king shake his hand. It is over.
The prophecy still has 4 months, and one heart has not yet been tested. I am ready. When the moment comes, whatever form it takes, I am ready. So is she.
She had been looking for him.
I did not mean to interrupt.
You haven't.
Whatever came next, the 4 months, the choice, the prophecy, they would face it together. In the most beautiful kingdom in existence, with a love that had begun in a dream and become the truest thing either of them had ever known. Aeloria had stood for 10,000 years. It had survived empires and the breaking of stars and the weight of 9 centuries of prophecy. It would survive 4 more months. She had been in Aeloria for 9 days. In that time, she had corrected trade agreements, uncovered revenue gaps, offended half the court, and made one Fey prince laugh for the first time in years.
You are staring again.
I am aware.
I don't mind it anymore.
I know. That is why I stopped trying to hide it.
He had not known it was there. He had never been to this island before. And yet,
That is the dream.
Then come into it.
"23 years, Elara.
I know. I'm here now.
the dream had always ended here, in a meadow of white flowers, with a girl laughing in golden light. He had never known what came after the dream, because he always woke up before the end. Now, at last, he knew. Aeloria had endured 10,000 years of empires and prophecies. What it held now was something those 9 lines had never named. The prophecy had one question left. They had 4 months. But the answer was no longer in the stars. It had already been written in 23 years of faith, trust, and love. And when the moment came, choosing would be the easiest thing either of them had ever done.